and on and on. Yeah.
So how the mechanism of like stopping believing thoughts happening? I mean, you say it's
You don't have to stop the thoughts from happening. What you must come to do is see whether or not Liad is true or not. That's it.
But when you say that the person is false, it's like you stop believing thoughts at this point.
Well, it's not. It's knowing the truth about them. Are thoughts conscious? You know what it's like to be conscious right here. You absolutely know what it's like to be conscious. Yeah? Are you experiencing one or 2 points of consciousness?
One.
One. So you know what it's like to be conscious. You're conscious here. Yeah. And it's from here that you're conscious of the mind, correct? And you're conscious of thoughts. Yeah. You're conscious of thoughts. Yeah. The only problem is you've believed up to this point that that is conscious of the thoughts or that is conscious of the mind is Liad. It's not Liad. Yeah. This is conscious of the construction of Liad that happens in the mind. Yeah. So you're conscious of Liad being created by thoughts. Yeah. Now this that is conscious is not Liad.
Yeah.
Good. Now sometimes I say, all right, now flip that. You know what it's like to be conscious of the mind? Yeah. Now try and flip it. Is the mind conscious of this that's conscious of it? Is the mind conscious of this right here? Is the mind conscious of this? Conscious of this? Yeah. That's conscious of the mind? It's real easy, that one.
Yeah. No, when you say mind, I become confused because it feels like there is a mind out there.
There's not even a mind. All there is thoughts.
Yeah.
There's not even a mind, even though I use that terminology.
It's easier to sit with about thoughts that thoughts are not aware of what's aware of them.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. Now, when you really see that,
you said mind, I got confused because
That's okay. That's okay. Just thoughts then. Just thought. Because the reality is, have you gone looking for a mind?
What?
We claim to have a mind, right? We do. We claim to have a mind. Have you personally gone looking for your own mind? See, normally the mind is used in terms of something that thoughts arise in the mind. Yeah. Have you gone looking for a mind? Have you found a mind?
No.
No, just thoughts. So even when I say mind, it's still not correct. When I say mind.
When you say mind, I automatically have the association of a me, of a Liad, because Liad is identified. Liad is mainly a mind,
Only, not mainly, only.
Oh, only also sensations.
No, Liad is not the sensations. Liad is not the sensations at all. That's why I asked you at the beginning, can Liad feel?
No, Liad is a label that they give to thoughts and and a certain sensations.
Yeah, but the question is, understand, but the question is, can Liad feel? Go back to the first question, the question before that, what's Liad? Unravel that, come to an understanding of what Liad is, and the answer to can Liad feel becomes obvious from your own examination.
I mean, now when you say Liad, I get a clear sensation of a Liad, like it's really the me feeling. I know what it means, but then it becomes also more confusing because it feels like there's a me here.
I understand. Now listen, Look, I understand 100%. Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
This feeling that you're calling Liad is not Liad, it's you. Now, when I say you, I'm talking to that that's conscious. I'm talking to that that is aware. I'm talking to that that can feel. That's, yeah. But you've just been calling this that I just described then, you've been calling it Liad your whole life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a case of misidentification, which got programmed into us from around the age of 2.
Yeah.
But by our surroundings, by our parents, and it got programmed into them when they were around the age of 2. And it got programmed into their parents when they were around the age of 2. And it just keeps being passed along. Dum, 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 dum.
Yeah, it's kind of very confusing because when I have a clear sense of what Liad is, there is mixed with it the real sense of being, or the real, consciousness itself is part of it, and then you have to separate it in the right way, but it's confusing.
Well, that's why I said to you, you're conscious of thoughts. Are thoughts conscious of this that's conscious of thoughts? It's easy to separate it. It's easy to actually see it if you really consider it. Yeah, because Liad is created by thoughts.
Yeah.
Are thoughts conscious
See
of
that,
this that's conscious?
I kind of saw now for a moment that Liad cannot be conscious of consciousness.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because it's you that's conscious of Liad. And when I say you, I know this can sound confusing. Yeah. When I say you, I'm talking about that can see me right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Liad can't see.
Yeah.
You've just been calling this that can see Liad your whole life. Not that you've been calling it Liad, but the mind operates that way. Yeah. I am here and I'm Liad and I can see. And that wasn't there when you were 12 months old. Was there seeing happening? Yeah. Hearing, tasting, touching? Yeah. When you were 12 months old? Yeah. Absolutely. This consciousness, this beingness, this awareness is not dependent upon a Liad for its existence at all.
Yeah.
But thoughts, Liad, thoughts, yeah, are 100% dependent upon this consciousness for them to even be there.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But the consciousness itself is not dependent upon the thoughts to be. Yeah. I'm glad we recorded this. Look, honestly, what I would do is, and you may believe that you've already done it, but don't believe that, because that'll just be the mind saying, yeah, I've done that though. Yeah, don't believe that. Ponder those 2 questions.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah. Can Liad feel? And then the second question, can you feel a Liad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could put that another way. Yeah. Can a thought feel? Yeah. Can you feel a thought? What does a thought feel like? Like a thought.
Yeah.
A thought.
Yeah. It's easier to work with thoughts than in Liad because Liad is the more complex idea and it's more confusing.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have to do that. I mean, if you're working through some trauma, yes, I would say, yes, do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But once you feel that you've worked through that trauma, you know, I mean, we can have a session on trauma, you know what I mean? But once you feel that you've worked through that trauma, yeah, and yet there's relief and you're letting go and things are a bit more in perspective with it and so on, because look, working on trauma all it is reframing this.
Yeah, right.
That's what happened, right? When we work on it.
Yeah,
So good. So you'll work with somebody who, if they're really good, yeah, will try and reframe the thoughts. So there's not as much trauma around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
understand.
yeah, and that's okay. That's okay if that gets you into a more stable.
The body as well, like the sensations in the body.
Yeah, but it's this that's creating the idea of the sensation in the body.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. And what I'm saying is what this is saying about that sensation in the body is not true. It's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've got to try and get you to see that. That's my job, is to try and get you to see that. Yeah. I don't talk about non-dual. I talk about duality. Yeah, because we've got to get that out the way. The duality. Come to know what you're not. The duality. Yeah. And
Can you give an example when when you say that what's the mind says about sensations isn't true, is not true?
Sure. I mean, I'm feeling depressed.
Okay, about emotions. I mean, yeah.
Says this. Yeah, about emotions. I'm not talking about pain, right? But about emotion. I'm feeling depressed. As if this would know what it's like to feel depression. It's not conscious. It doesn't. All this does, is makes up stories. Yeah. And in terms of being out here in the world, it runs on description. Description.
But then I stuck in another idea, like, okay, Liad or thought doesn't feel depression, but depression is felt and it sucks.
Yeah, that's just the carry on. It's still thought. Boom, boom, it's still thought. And it's being believed.
Because when depression comes, and in my case it definitely comes every morning, and thought just wants to just get crazy. He wants to get rid of it.
Yeah. And the irony, good. And the irony of that is it's thought that's creating it in the first place. And then thought steps in and says, I want to get rid of this. And there's your loop.
Yeah.
And you stay in that state.
Yeah.
You stay in that state. Yeah.
It's like I understand that thought creates the depression, but the sensations that we call depression are very unpleasant. And
I understand what you're saying. Yeah. But the sensation themselves is not unpleasant. The sensation itself is not unpleasant until this steps in, gives it a name, and then says, this is unpleasant. The sensation itself, without the story, is not unpleasant at all. It's simply a sensation. It really is simply a sensation. That's all it is. But this steps in and says, oh, I'm feeling depressed this morning.
yeah.
And then it labels that sensation, depression. And then the mind believes that it's just labeled depression. Then the mind believes that, and then the mind says, oh, I'm having a lousy morning. I'm feeling so depressed. I'm feeling alone. I don't know what's wrong with me. I want this to go away. The mind created the whole idea of the depression in the first place.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Yeah. So what I'm trying to get you to see is what's actually happening in the moment is not what this is saying is happening. It's not. It's absolutely not.